Hey houseplant friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna get cozy. I have this really nice blanket. It's like snowing and stuff, and I thought we could just have like a little chat about downsizing my collection and maybe your collection. I do just want to say a quick thank you to Zimpf for sponsoring this video. Zimpf is the glasses company I get all of my glasses through. Zimpf makes some pretty freaking cool glasses like this pair, and my favorite pair, this pair, and they're all dirty because I wear them all of the time. If you want to check out Zimpf, you can check them out at the link in the description. This is my favorite pair, Aphrodite. It's the pair I wear every single day all the time. But yeah, check them out at the link in the description, and thank you so much Zimpf for sponsoring this video and my content. Downsizing a collection. This is one of the accidentally most positive things I think that could have happened to me as a plant collector in general. I feel like there's a stigma around downsizing a collection, and I feel like it's there because I feel like I have felt it. There's been other people who I watch on YouTube, like plant creators, who have made videos about downsizing their collections before. And whenever I've watched them in the past, I'm always like, oh, I'll never be like that. Like, I'll never feel the need to downsize. I'll never want to do this. I'm always gonna want to be like this, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like that is a super duper unhealthy mentality of, oh, they'll do that, but like, I won't. I probably have around like 125 plants maybe, which is still like a lot. But every single one of the plants that I have right now actually means something to me, like a lot to me. I do genuinely enjoy every single plant that I own right now. And if I'm not enjoying a plant right now, I am pretty easy to just toss it or just list it for free on the local Facebook page. I think the reason people look so negatively on downsizing a collection because it seems like failure. It seems like whenever people talk about downsizing their collection, it's I just couldn't handle it anymore, or it was too much, or I had burnout, or it was really overpowering. But I feel like no one ever really talks about like the positive reasons to downsize a collection. Downsizing a collection is always the result of a perceived failure of another person, which I think is really interesting. We never talk about downsizing a collection as something that we do in a positive way. It's always this negative thing. When I had to downsize my collection, it was really sad because I didn't want to, but I was sad for the wrong reasons. I was sad to downsize my collection when I moved. If you aren't aware, we moved to our new current house about 2 months ago because the place that we were currently living got turned into an Airbnb very unexpectedly. So we just had to move, and we didn't really have any other choice, and it was awful. We weren't financially prepared at all to move. And so in order to have enough money to afford to even get into a new house or meet any application requirements, I had to sell 3/4 of my collection, and I probably had around 330 plants. At first I used to count 280, but I definitely think including all the orchids and propagations I sold and stuff, probably 330, 350 plants before we moved. And I sold all of it. I got down to about 105, maybe 98-ish, that area, when I did my tour. And I had gotten some plants in the process of moving, but I think that when we originally moved, I sold probably close to something 200, probably a little less, probably 180 or something. But right now I have 125, and that's after buying plants in the last 2 months of being here. My husband surprised me with 13 plants for my birthday, and then I bought 2 plants for my birthday, and then Houseplant Heather sent me 12 plants for my birthday, and then Jay's greenhouse sent me plants. So people have helped me. Oh, Brooke sent me some plants. Since I had to downsize my collection and I was so sad about it, lots of people who I'm friends with in the community sent me some plants to help me feel better about it. I don't know, there's just this really interesting community with plants. It's if someone has to sell their collection for a reason that they're not happy with, either to pay for, a dog or cat's medical bills, or your medical bills, or you have to move, or you have tuition, or your car got stolen, you have to buy a car. There are so many different times I've seen the whole community just come together to restore a person's collection, which I think is really, really cool. However, I found that when people were sending me plants, it almost became overwhelming. And I think that it was this kind of like wake up where I realized like, wait a minute, I think I prefer having less plants. And that was really interesting because that wasn't something I ever thought. I talked about this in a video the other day, which you've probably seen. It has a decent amount of views. If you haven't yet, I will do my best to remember to link it in the description. I never do, but maybe this time it will be linked in the description. The houseplant community is really like a more kind of community. Like it's 200 plus, 400 plus, 1,000 plus houseplant collection. Like the whole kind of shtick of plants is like, how many can I own? And it almost becomes this like hoarder mentality. And I think that when plant collecting becomes about how many you have instead of enjoying the ones that you have and only buying the ones that you like or have space for, then it can become kind of problematic. And that's something I'm really trying to avoid right now, is like I really don't want overcrowding, because I'm sure we've all seen like the meme like, oh, there's your shelf's full, like maybe you'll even be at the store. This has happened to me before. I was like in a plant shop once and I was like, oh, I want this plant, but I just don't have any room. And then the associate was like, oh, there's always room for more house plants, you know, which is like kind of like a funny thing. Like, obviously, if I don't have room, I will make room for more plants if there's something I really wanted. But I just feel like there's a very interesting like consumerism, spend mentality, which is really great for small shop owners. Like, of course you want to push plants, and I'm all for supporting small businesses. The only thing is that it's very unhealthy financially in the long run. And so when I downsized, not only was I able to make some like extra cash to help support myself in the time that I needed the extra support, I was spending like less mental energy worrying about like my 300 plus, 250 plus houseplant collection. I was able to dedicate a lot more time to the individual plants that I really like. Like here, I have to shed my blanket for a moment, but it's because I want to show you something. So you guys know how I've had those micans that have been struggling, right? Well, this is my most recent one. It's doing beautiful. I actually just watered it. I watered all of my plants yesterday except for my orchid tent. But here's this beautiful micans. It's in great shape. And then remember the ones you guys bullied me to water yesterday, this micans? Look at that. He's in, well, okay, this leaf is fine. It's just sun-stressed, okay? But like, look, goodness, that looks beautiful, right? Okay, and then remember the micans I had that like almost died in shipping because the person didn't secure the soil, and so the whole plant just got thrown around everywhere? I have to remove the dead leaves from the pot, but it's like actually making a comeback. I really thought this one was gonna die. Like, there are so many healthy leaves on this one. Again, it looks a little rough. We've been making a comeback, but look at that. And he's growing too, like it's getting longer. The point is, I've had time to focus on these other plants that like needed help, and that's not something I would have been able to do before. I would be so overloaded with my collection that if I had something that was doing badly like this, I would just buy a new one and replace it and then like sell this one or throw it away. Like, just, it wasn't about taking care of plants anymore. It was about buying replacements and growing my collection. And then when I had to sell all my plants to move, I wasn't even so sad about the specific plants I was having to sell because maybe I wanted them. I was sad that my number of collector plants went down. Oh, I won't be a 300 plus houseplant collector anymore. Now I'll be this. And that wasn't good. Let's grab the blanket because it's a cozy day. It's that kind of vibe. I think downsizing your collection really helps you take a step back and see the plants that you currently have and get to spend a lot more time with them because they're the ones you see like all the time. It's not like you're forgetting about a plant because it's somewhere you're not gonna see it, or gosh, I don't even know. I just know that downsizing my collection has like been the best thing I think I've ever done as a plant person. I also feel like there's a lot of pressure as like a plant YouTuber, a plantuber, to have as many plants as possible because it's all content and blah blah blah, and like I just don't care about that anymore. I just want to make content about the things I want to make content about and keep the plants that I want to keep and not worry about what other people think or if it's going to affect views, because like honestly, no matter what, like the right people are gonna find my content and then we'll have a good time, and me and those people will talk about begonias together and orchids together and Hoya together, and we will have so much fun. Plants that I actually like. I feel like as a plant influencer in general, because on Instagram too, I just feel like there's so much pressure to like certain things. And it's like, can we just take a step back and just be happy with what we actually like, what we actually have, what we actually enjoy caring for, maybe what fits best in our current environment? I think that we should take houseplant collecting and downsizing a collection. I feel like we should be able to wear, I only have 50 plants, I only have 10 plants. My 10 plant collection, like we should be able to wear that and have that be just as exciting as my 300 plus plant collection. Like I want to see your 10 plant collection. I want to see your 5 plant. I want to see the only plant you have in your house. Tell me about how you care for it. Like I want to know about those things as well. Plant life in the tropics, Caitlin, she did something like that where she only has like, she made a video at some point where she only had like less than 50. It was like my under 50 plant collection. And I think that is really cool. Only 50? And that does, see 50 is a lot. Like having 50 of anything is like a lot. But for some reason with plants, that doesn't sound like that much. And I think that's sad. I think I'd like to see a lot more people creating content or just posting in Facebook groups about their small plant collection, because it doesn't need to be small. Small doesn't need to inherently be bad. Downsizing doesn't need to be bad. You can just downsize because you wanted to downsize. Everyone, I downsized because I wanted to. I downsized because having a small plant collection is cute. Having a small plant collection is ideal. Minimalist, right? That's pretty much my rant. That's pretty much my video. I think having a small collection should be desirable. I don't think we need to, I just feel like there is so much like hoard, stockpile this, stockpile that. You need 30,000 plants. And there are some people who just naturally collect like a ton of plants and they can care for all those things. And for them, genuinely, they just love all those plants and it's not about the number for them. But I know that for me, as someone who is easily influenceable, very quickly became all about the number. So if you're someone who's like struggling with your collection because it's like, oh, I only have 5 plants, you should start wearing it like, I have 5 plants. And I love all of them. I would like to know about your guys' small collections. If you have a small collection and you're watching this video, please, God, go down to the comment section and tell me about your small plant collection because I want to know about it. Oh, actually, go to my Reddit. I have a Reddit. It's called r/plantmememes. And go there and tell me about your small plant collection. Let's do 20 and under. If you have 20 or under plants, I want you to go to my Reddit, take a little group photo or individual photos, post them there, and I'll react to your small plant collections in a future video. I think that would be good. And then also follow that subreddit. It's great. I'm also right now accepting collection pics like of your plant room, rating your plant rooms. So go there and you can do that as well. We have like half of 1,000 real ones in the Plant Me Meme subreddit. It's a good time. If you want to be included in other ways, I do have a Discord server. It costs $5 a month and it is a super good time. If you're having a hard time making plant friends in the community, I highly recommend joining the Discord. We got over 210, 218 or something people there. It's a really fun time. So I recommend you come check it out. But other than that, I'll thank Zimph one more time for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to check them out at the link in the description and make sure you use code Ashley at checkout to get 50% off frames and 20% off lenses. My favorite glasses ever, and they're very cute, so. And we can match. If you get Aphrodite glasses, we can match, so. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next houseplant section. See ya. Small plant collection.